Hello everybody, Chris here, and in this video I wanted to talk about using GIMP in order to do 2D pixel art. So in GIMP, because it's not a tool that's specialized for it like pixel editors, there's a few settings you're going to want to include whenever you start a new character design or animation inside of GIMP. So I'm going to get things started by going to File, New, and you're going to notice my template size is 640 by 640. And this is actually a multiple of 32 by 32 pixels. So by now, probably you know that in pixel art games, it's a good idea to scale everything to the same block size. So some of your tiles might be 16 by 16, and then everything should be a multiple of that. So in this case, I would be assuming 32 by 32 block sizes, and then we'd have 20 squares by 20 squares, but that's far too many. So I think we're going to do 320 width by 32 height, which means 10 squares of 32 pixels by 32 pixels. So we go ahead, we hit done on that, and we have a blank document created with our currently selected background color. But you're going to notice, obviously, that there's a big problem here, and that's that there's really no indications for the grid on where you would start drawing pixel art here for each frame of your character. So in order to get that to show up, we need to go to View and Show Grid. Now, in this case, the grid is going to show up perfectly for me because I've already customized the settings to be 32 by 32 for the grid size. But if you want to edit that, which you probably do, go to Edit, Preferences, Default Grid, and you're going to see Width and Height. So that should be the same scale as what your game's operating on, like what's the unit size for your game. So in this case, 32 pixels by 32 pixels. Now that doesn't mean that a character can't be larger than that, but that if it was like 64 pixels tall, it would be kind of like a 2-unit tall character. Assuming we have the grid configured there, and just so you know, that was editing the default grid. So if you need it to show up in your current document, you also go to Image Configure Grid. And this will use the defaults by default, but if you've changed the defaults, it won't update here until you manually do that. So now we have 10 cells to work with in creating an animation. And what I would recommend is that you use the pencil tool for this, because the pencil is going to look the most pixel art-y. Anything that's like a brush, you can see that it kind of splashes the edges with different levels of hardness. You can actually make that 100%, I think. Now, even when you have it 100% hardness, it's still going to not be solid colors. It's going to be different shades depending on basically the calculations there. But if you want it to always calculate as full color, which is probably what you want for a standard pixel art game, you should use the pencil. And make sure you just stay within the bounds of your unit sizes, so that like if you want to make a 3-frame animation, you have 1 frame, 2 frame, 3 frame, and so on. And that'll pretty much be what you need to get started. I would say if you are using any tools that do have anti-aliasing inside of GIMP, probably turn the anti-aliasing off, because anti-aliasing isn't really something you want in a pixel art game. But beyond that, that should be enough to get you started. As long as you know basically how to do the art, that's how you would use the program. So that's GIMP for 2D pixel art. I've been Chris, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in my future video content.